Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the University of the District of Columbia, the institution of higher learning in and for the nation's capital. As you know, this is Public Education Week in the district, and we're honored today to have with us the Deputy Mayor for Education, Jenny Niles, and also students from the University of the District of Columbia who are part of the DC University Partnership, which is a partnership between your public institution and the public schools in the district to attract talent to be educated at the University of the District of Columbia and to stay and work in the district after they finish their education here. Without any further ado, since this week is about students, I'd like to introduce to you now the first recipient of the DC Up Scholarship, Miss Jalea Johnson, who is a graduate of a public school here in the district. Jalea, come on to the mic.
Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Jalea Johnson, and I am from Southeast Washington, D.C., and I was the salutatorian of National Collegiate Preparatory High School. I'm currently studying business marketing in UDC, and I'm pleased to welcome and introduce Ms. Jenny Niles, who serves as our Deputy Mayor for Education. In this role, she is responsible for developing and implementing the mayor's vision for academic excellence and creating a high-quality education from birth to 24. Ms. Niles is the founder and former head of the school, E.L. Haynes Public Charter School. She is a huge supporter of all things UDC, and we are proud to have her as our partner. As the first recipient of a scholarship made possible by the mayor and Ms. Jenny Niles, I'm extremely grateful for her commitment to and support for the public education. Without her hard work and dedication, most of us as DC Up scholars would not be here today. Again, I thank you, Ms. Bowser and Ms. Niles, on behalf of the DC Up Scholarship recipients, and as well as the faculty and staff of the University of the District of Columbia, for your continued support and dedication towards higher education. We welcome you to Firebird Nation.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Jalea. And I understand that both you and the valedictorian and salutatorian of National Collegiate Prep are here, part of DC Up. So, and what other schools do we have? We have some Woodson, we have some other public charter schools from DC public schools. Give me some love. Where are you from? Ellington.
Wilson High School.
Wilson. H.D. Woodson. And if you're from out of DC, we still love you. Because now you're in DC, and hopefully you're not only in DC, but you're going to stay in DC. And so I have to say, so my name's Jenny Niles. As was mentioned, I'm the Deputy Mayor for Education. I could not be more excited to be here this week. As President Mason said, this is Public Education Week, and we are celebrating it in a number of different ways. This particular scholarship is really one of the shining stars of what we want to do and highlight in education in DC. Just starting out with the fact that we have some of the highest performing students of the region come to UDC to be able to be trained here, and then from my point of view as Deputy Mayor for Education and a city government worker, have you stay in DC and help us make Washington, D.C. into an even better city that it is. As you probably know, the mayor cares tremendously about making sure that everybody is on a pathway to the middle class. UDC is a critical component of this story, and these students are examples of just such individuals. As you may know, the abolitionist Martilla Minor founded a school for girls of color, in 1851, and she pledged to give these young women a pathway to economic independence. And over time, that school grew into the University of the District of Columbia. Today, more than 150 years later, UDC carries out Martilla's vision and a vision of the mayor's and mine to bring more opportunity and more economic independence to more people. Because from what I know is when there is opportunity in front of people, people take it. Today, we are closing out Education Week and hopefully having illustrated so many of the opportunities that we want to make available to our residents in DC. We created this scholarship because we believe that when people work hard and play by the rules, they deserve a fair shot and a pathway to the middle class. And I would venture, as the valedictorians and salutatorians, these are folks that know how to work hard, know how to turn in homework, know how to juggle work, play, and also probably family responsibilities. And so this is really a group of people who exemplifies what the mayor and I are trying to do. This spring, we're launching a new pilot program called UDC Workforce Edge, or UDC-WE, or -WE. -WE? Yeah, I think we sounds great. And what this is that it's yet another opportunity that UDC is taking to play a leadership role in public education to ensure that everybody has an option. So right now, what this program is going to do is it's going to be a dual track with the community college that will enable adult learners who are in DC public charter high schools earning their high school diploma or GED to get valuable workforce training at the same time that they're in school. Right now, the partnerships include ones with Goodwill Excel Academy, the Academy of Hope, and Next Step Public Charter School. This is a whole new way to think about how we ensure that our adults get both the academic preparation they need and the workforce development preparation they need. And we couldn't do it without the vision and flexibility of UDC and the team here. And Tony Summers is somewhere here who is leading our community college efforts. And so really wanted to thank Tony for putting that together and thinking about this work and taking it to the next level. I really am thankful for being here today, and if truth be told, we get to all have lunch together, and so I'm particularly excited about that. So, Ron, thank you for leading the District of Columbia's university. Thank you all for being our stellar first class. You guys are setting the tone, you're setting the pace, and for being an example of everything that we want to have happen here in Washington, D.C. Smart, dedication, opportunity, success. Thank you.